The method is what we use to help organisations identify why, how and at what point in time research can be used to help design, develop, deliver and evaluate behaviour change interventions. The BWA method is a toolkit. It's a toolkit of research techniques and approaches that you can use, or versions of which you can use to design better behaviour change programs. It has three main parts to it. The BWA method starts with exploration. And in the exploration phase, we're really interested in unpacking problems, understanding them in great depth before we move forward into trying to change things. Often in the exploration phase, we look at systems. We try and understand who are the different actors and how do they interact with each other. We also look at stakeholders and try and understand what the dynamics are between them, and we engage with them. We do evidence review and we conduct our own research to try and understand why people are doing the things or why the problem is occurring. The final part of the explore phase is to hone in on the question, or to try and answer the question of who needs to do what differently. And a really thorough understanding of the problem through those explore tools can help you answer that question better. We also have a very specific tool to help you identify and prioritise behaviour so that you can take that behaviour through into the next section. The book chapters at the start cover off on a raft of these explore tools and methods to help you understand your problem and identify key behaviours for you to change. The second part of the BWA method is what we call the deep dive. Deep dive is where we really have, we focus in on one particular behaviour and we really want to understand the drivers and barriers of that behaviour. Again, in the book we give you tools to help understand why people do the things you want them to do or don't. And then on the basis of that understanding, identify tools to change behaviour or interventions that you can take and trial. The third part of the BWA method is application. That's where we take the interventions that we've chosen from the deep dive phase or at the end of the deep dive phase, and we put it into the real world or in a real context and see if it works. And again, in the book, we'll articulate some tools that will help you do that. There is one other part to the book that's worth noting, which is a shortcut between exploring and application. We call them generic behaviour change tools. So if you're in a real hurry, you can jump straight through into applying things, applying interventions, using some principles of behaviour science that really generally work a little bit on large audiences and can be quite useful in your interventions. And I really hope that you can take some of these tools, apply them in your work to make a better world.